Hi everyone, this is Charmaine from Fantastic Crafts. I hope all of you are having a fabulous day and a fabulous week. Today we're going to be creating a masculine card again. I know a lot of you have difficult time creating masculine cards, and I know I've used this gears technique, or the not really the technique but the gears itself, in lots of other masculine cards, but this is another way to create that same similar look but in another technique. So let's get started. First, I wanted to make multiple of these cards. So I always have a hard time having or coming up with birthday cards for men. So, or masculine, doesn't have to be men, but masculine. And what I like to do, or what I'm doing here, is creating multiple of the same kind of card. So I have it in my stash, so I'm not digging for a card. I know that this is kind of the card I have for this particular occasion. So I cut about 4, and with one sheet of cardstock, you can create 4 card bases, so it's kind of nice. Then I have this Derice embossing folder that I recently got, and I think it's really neat because it's all these gears, and I already have a die set that has gears, so I thought I should also purchase the embossing folder because I really wanted to combine all those different products to create a card, which is going to be coming soon, hopefully. So there are 2 sides to an embossing folder. There is a raised side, and then there is a flat side. Now, it's not completely flat. It will still have raised parts to it, but it is less raised than the other side. Another way you can tell is the side that has the Derice or the company name on it. For this particular embossing folder, it's the side that has the Derice name on it. That is the side you're going to ink up with Versamark. So once you are done with that, I just ran it through my Big Shot, and then I followed it by adding my embossing powder. Now I wanted it a gold color. You could do any copper or anything. I didn't have copper, but I did have this really nice gold. So I just simply sprinkled it all with my embossing powder, and as you can see, there are some parts that I missed and some parts that didn't get coated, and that is okay because we're going to be doing this one more time. So I followed that by heat setting it, and I love watching heat embossing, so I always love keeping this part in just so you can see the magic appear right on your screen. So once I was done with that, I did the same thing again. I went on that flat side and I put that embossing ink on it, or the Versamark. And then again, I kind of put the paper on it. But this time, because I already had it embossed once, it kind of fit like a puzzle. So you'll feel as you're putting in your cardstock, and it'll kind of fit. And you will easily be able to feel that, and then it will just fit right in. And I did that, and I ran it to my Big Shot once again, and you can use any kind of embossing machine or die cut machine you have. And once again, I did the same exact thing by just simply doing the whole putting the embossing powder on, and then heat setting it, and you get this. What this does is you get this very nice raised look. The embossing folder already creates a embossed look, but then when you heat emboss it, it just takes it to another level. Now, when you heat emboss it the second time, it just brings that card up to another awesomeness, another level of awesomeness. So I just heat set that, and like I said, I love for you guys to watch this because it's just so fun for me. So once I was done heat setting it, and once that was completely cool, I went with a walnut stain oxide, distress oxide ink, and I just kind of dabbed that around with my ink blending tool wherever I saw that it needed it, or if there were parts that didn't get any embossing powder on, I kind of put that walnut stain on that just to give it a more of a rustic gear look. And I did the same exact thing with this red. Now, like I said before, I wanted a copper tone look, and I didn't have copper embossing powder, so that's why I went with these oxide inks, and I just kind of tried to make my own copper background. So I did that with the candied apple and the walnut stain. I mixed it together pretty much, and then I took just a normal rag or any kind of rag, and I wiped off any of the excess that kind of sat on top of your embossing powder that's heat embossed. But you can still see all those lovely colors and all those reds and the gold and also the walnut stain. They just all work together beautifully. So once I was done with that, I just simply put that on an A2 card base, and I went with brown just because I felt like it would pull everything together. Because I had used that walnut stain, I thought the brown from this cardstock would also just work nicely together. To pull this card in a little bit more, I used those scraps that I had originally from my card panels or my backgrounds that I created earlier, the 4. And those strips I just colored with a candy apple. I didn't do a whole lot, just whatever was kind of left on my blending tool. I used that to color those 2 strips, and then simply just glued that one on the top and one on the bottom, just to give a different kind of a layout. Sometimes I get a little tired of doing the same layout, so this was fun for me. And then I had this little sentiment that I cut out with my Cricut, and actually wrote with my Cricut as well. So I just cut that out. I used my Cricut to cut it out. And then I just inked the edges of that and then put that happy birthday right onto the card. And then that completes the card. How fun. I had a blast making this card. It was very fun because I could use my imagination and just play. And I always love the cards that I can just play in and just create something and have fun. So I really hope you guys give it a try, because it is a lot of fun and you can just create without any rules or nothing. There should never be rules for creating and creativity. So I hope you guys really do give it a try. And if you like this video, make sure you like the thumbs up the video and comment. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I so appreciate it. I really hope you guys have a wonderful day. Until next time, bye.